Good morning, welcome to my very first tutorial. Hope I managed to get everything in. So the tutorial, if you may have seen in my first video, which was the craft room tour, you may have spotted that, which is an MDF bauble for on the tree. So I'm making some more. So this is the first one I finished. And because it takes so long to do them, I thought I'll do a step-by-step rather than an all the way through tutorial, because otherwise we'd be waiting hours for things to dry. So if you want to make one of these or something similar, this is how you do it. So first of all, you will need an MDF bauble. Ta-da! So we've got one of those. You will then need some copy paper, which you're going to scrunch up. I've already scrunched this one up, but I'm not happy. I want some more crinkles in that, so I'm going to scrunch it up again. And then I'm going to open that out. And then I'm going to glue my bauble onto the copy paper. Simple as that. Okay, for the rest of the rest of the things that you'll need is you'll need some sort of wax, gilding wax. This is Inka Gold, which is slightly different to the regular gilding wax. This was a present, so I don't know, they can be quite expensive. That's the only problem. I have seen gilding waxes and things at car boot sales, but I quite like the Inka Gold. You'll also, if you want, need some MDF shapes, which is what you see on this one. That's an MDF, so that one and the trees are MDF. If you haven't got MDF shapes or you don't want to use them, you can just punch out some regular shapes from card, which is what I've done. Just use my punches, or if you've got dies and things like that, you can use those. And that's what these are on the top. These ones are doubled up, so these are two stuck together and then glued onto the paper, but I didn't on the back, and they seem to have worked just as well. So that's what you're going to need. So after your MDF bauble has dried, what you're going to do is cut it out. So there we have MDF bauble, and you can see all the lovely wrinkles and that. Now those are going to pick up the wax beautifully. So once that's done and you've cut it out, you can sandpaper the edges, glue on the back, and then glue it onto the paper again. And then once that's dry, cut it out. You can see how it's a long drawn out process, so I've usually got a few on the go. So once it's dry, both sides, take your pieces and start gluing them on. Yeah, so MDF, cardboard, whatever you want to. Okay, once it's dry, paint it with black acrylic. So that's the last thing you'll need, is just some regular black acrylic paint. This is just something I picked up at a local store for £1.29, but I've seen them in Poundland just as good. Use that. Paint the bauble, everything black. What I tend to do is paint it once, then come back in, and as you can see in the middle there, there's some white bits, so I'll go back over it with the paintbrush. Oh, that's dried a little bit. With the paintbrush, and just get rid of those white bits, and then I'll paint the top, which is where I usually hold the bauble, just to stop the paint getting all over me. So once you've done that on both sides, you end up with that. Now this is a bird one, which is that one that I've used on there, along with, if I come in closer, can't see them on that side very well, but just there, those are some holly cut parts that I've used, and on the back you can see I've glued on some of those on the back. Okay, so once you've got that, we bring in our waxes, and you can use one colour or you can use several, and this is where the magic starts to happen. There you get some on your finger, and then you start rubbing it in. You see how it starts to show? There we go. Oh, that's better. Getting a good lot on there now. So then it starts to show, and you just take bits and highlight all the rubbings and the creases in the paper, just like that. It starts to highlight it all. Do it on the back, then do it on the front. Oh, there's a little bit of white there I think I've missed. I'll get that later. Do it on your MDF shapes. I want green on those bits at the back. So let's do those. Ah, there you go. You can see the holly leaves coming to life now. There we go. And once you're done, you end up with baubles like that. And I'm just going to put a little piece of string through there, hang it on the tray. What do you think? I hope you enjoyed my first tutorial. Very quick. According to this, 6.5 minutes so far. So I hope that was good. And if anyone's got any hints or tips on how to record rather than trying to hold my phone while I do it, that would be good. Hope to speak to you soon. See you later. Bye.